Death Star will be completed on schedule.
Yeah, I hope so, because the people want to see a review, so just do it. Hi, and thank you very much for watching another review. Today we take a look at the Death Star with the set number 75159, which came out in 2016, and it has 4016 pieces. And as usual, you don't have to watch the whole intro. Well, that was basically it, but down below you see the chapter, so you can skip to the chapter you would like to watch. So thank you very much, and if you like the review, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Let's start with the top floor, and the first room I show you is the droid repair bay. Let's start at the back and move to the front to explain to you all the little details in this room. Here we have, I call that joystick. With this you can move the elevator up and down, as you can see in the back with Han Solo. Then what we also have is on the left hand side a place where you can store the weapons. For example, here it's the one from Chewbacca, which they took away from him. In front or in the middle there is a table where you can put the droid. In my case it's C-3PO, so they can repair him. That's why it's called droid repair bay.
No way!
And on the right hand side we have a little table with the chair, which is rotatable. There could be a droid or a human repairing little parts for the droid, and in the front we see any kind of tools they need to repair a droid. And when we move the Death Star a little bit, we can see when after we lift C-3PO, and now actually I showed you already the next feature, but let's focus on the back. We see here the mouse droid, which has its own entrance, this little hole here, so it's actually a nice detail they put there, and I'm going to show you later what that technique part here is. Let's get to the other room where we have not many things to show. We have only these two huge laser cannons, which you can move individually with that technique part here, up and down, and that's basically it. When we move the Death Star a bit further away, you see the other play feature. What we have, it's that stick down here. When you move it left and right, you can move both cannons at the same time. In the conference room there's nothing special. We have only those 7 rotatable chairs and this table where you can lift the top to hide some weapons in case someone is knocking at the door who you did not invite. Between the conference room and the droid repair bay there is the Death Star control room, where you have 2 of those control chairs. One is just rotatable and that's it, but you can place a minifigure inside of it. This one here has a special function which I'm going to show you from the side so you have a better understanding of it. But before we move, here on the right hand side we have this brick with 2 stickers on it. One side you see a planet, and on the other side you see some targeting operation going on. When you turn that pin up here, you can move the super laser up and down. When you hold the whole control chair, you can move it left and right. Let's move down where the super laser is. At the first glance, you feel like there's nothing special to look at, but an interesting detail is that you can see how the super laser works. By moving those technique parts, you see how everything rotates. For me, personally, this is interesting. For you it might be boring, but every taste is different. Let's go to the left hand side. We have a ladder here which leads you up here to the control room. With the control room you can move that gate down there on the left hand side, as you can see in the background. This leads us to the next room. And I'm sorry for the dust. Honestly, this was the first used set I bought and I learned my lesson. I didn't wash it. There are almost 4,000 pieces, so I didn't want to wash it, but now I see it when I do the review. Try to ignore it. Thank you very much. Anyways, so here is the gate we just opened, so you can enter here and don't run into it because watch out, here is a huge gap. I'll show you later what that gap is. What do we see here in that room? We have, and now watch out, you remember when we lifted that droid before, there was a technic piece below. So this is to move Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. And this is pretty much it. What we see already is the throne of Palpatine. So that's the next room where we are going to. Now we are in Palpatine's room. I hope we do not interrupt them. They're just in the middle of a fight where you see that Palpatine is using Force Lightning against Luke Skywalker because Luke Skywalker already knocked the 2 royal guards out. But anyways, let's focus on the details. On the right hand side we have this rotatable throne of Palpatine. On the left hand side, we have this platform where you can put Luke Skywalker on it, and by pushing back those Technic pieces, that's the effect, it drops, and then he would probably fall in this hole. That's bringing me to the next detail. We can use that to recreate the scene. Yeah, I know I say a lot of time recreating the scene, but it's a lot about recreating the scene. You can actually take Palpatine, move his arm a bit back, and throwing him here, like in the movie. And what we also see in the back is the elevator. So this shows you that you can reach every floor with the elevator. And there's Han Solo saying hi. Now we are in the detention block. I purposely put the camera angle like this because before I start, I have to show you one detail where I have to say this is the first time in Lego history where they use a sticker thoughtfully. When you look here, we have this hallway, and that sticker at the very end gives you the illusion that this is the long hallway. So I must say, first time, perfect usage, but Lego, don't get used to it. Nobody likes stickers. So let's get to the room. In that room, we have the prison where he kept Leia. And with this Technic piece, you can open it and you can enter it. And from this side, of course, you don't see. But for humans, I'll show you the solution. We have this part here where you can remove this piece here. And then you see Leia here sleeping peacefully. And that's how you can enter it, because otherwise with my finger I could not enter it here, and that's why they made this. And there's another opening in that room, the one which lets you fall down into the trash compactor. It's this one right here. So what we can do, we place now Luke here, and when we turn that Technic piece here, you will see that nothing is gonna happen, so I quickly have to push him. Sorry, Luke. No! He fell down. This brings us to the next room, the trash compactor, which I'll show you in a second. Now we are at the trash compactor, and to show you again what happened with Luke, I'll put him back where he was and let you show how he falls down. Ta-da! Here he is. Which is an uncomfortable situation because now he's in the well-known trash compactor, as I said already several times. Anyways, in this room we have 4 details. So the first one is by pushing that piece up here, you can move the walls. So that's number 1. The second one is you can actually block the walls by using one of those trash parts here and just put them like that, and when you push it, it holds it back. But of course now you can say it because Chewie is there, so we will do it again. 1 second please. So we'll put Chewie here. Now we remember the thing is here, so now we push it and you see I'm not faking it, it's blocking it. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that we have our friend here, that monster, and that's actually not just a head. I'll show you later where he is placed, but that it counts as a minifigure. Just let me struggle quickly. So here he is. That's cool that they did this. Number 4 is, of course, they have a chance to escape. So we have here, I'll show it to you later, but we have the chance to open the gate so they can escape. Amazing. That leads us to the next room where Obi-Wan Kenobi is destroying the tractor beam control. In this room there's also not that much to look at. There's the tractor beam control. At the first glance everything looks the same, but the difference is that with one of those you can recreate the scene by pulling that piece out here, and then you see it fell down, so it destroyed it. And to put it back in, you have that piece here, that long stick. You push it up, push that back in, and it's there again. So that's what's happening in that room. In the next room we have Luke Skywalker, where he swings from that side to the other side with Leia, but she's unfortunately in the prison. But you can imagine her also being here, going from that side to the other side. And to recreate the scene, you also have the option to put a stormtrooper here and here. The next room, there's not much to say, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm super honest. So what you have here is a crane, which you can move up and down, And that's basically it. You cannot move it left or right. Storage for the rifles and a ladder to get up. Well, I lied. There is an interesting part in that room, which is the elevator, and I placed Darth Vader there. Why? Because I'm going to show you that in a few seconds. No, actually, just right now. By turning that piece here, you can move him up. Wait, otherwise he will hit his head. So we first have to move the ship. So now you can move him up, and then he can escape. He can run to his TIE Advance and leave. In the last room, we have that huge cannon with two Death Star gunners. There are two spring-loaded guns, and you can trigger them by pushing down these two parts, either together or one by one. So let me show you that. So you have to push it down, and it actually, that just hit my arm. But we are all adults, I'm not gonna cry. Maybe later. And you also have spare ones on the left-hand side on the wall. Let's have a closer look at the TIE Advanced. You can open it. You cannot place Darth Vader in it. Yeah, he doesn't, even without the lightsaber, he just doesn't fit. Maybe like this, but I think he doesn't fly like this. Now we get to the minifigures. We start with the Luke Skywalkers. On the left-hand side, we have Luke Skywalker with the white Jedi robe, in the middle with the black one, and on the right-hand side in the Stormtrooper outfit. All minifigures have leg prints except the one in the middle. They all have the same facial expression in the front and on the back. What I don't like about the one with the black Jedi robe is that when you put the hair back on, you can still see a part of the chin. Next we have Han Solo. There's the same thing. He has 2 times the same facial expression, the same hairpiece, but on the left-hand side he's in the Stormtrooper outfit, and on the right-hand side in his normal Han Solo outfit. Both have also leg prints, front and back prints. This is the other face you could choose from. Next is Leia. Leia appears only once in the whole set. She has a front and back print and 2 face prints. One is the finally somebody rescued me, and the other face is, I assume, when she got arrested and when she's in the prison. There's also Chewbacca in the normal Chewbacca outfit, furry outfit, the leg print, and the 2 droids are also in the set. We have ones on the left hand side R2-D2 and the right hand side C-3PO, where we see that he has already the silver leg and the golden leg. He has a front and back print, and of course the R2-D2 doesn't have a back print. Then there's Obi-Wan Kenobi. He also appears only once in the set. He has a front and back print and also leg print. I'm slightly disappointed because he could have at least have had a cape. But he doesn't even have a cape, he just has the printed cape. Or a hoodie. He's wearing a hoodie. Let's move to the bad guys. On the left hand side we have Grand Moff Tarkin. In the middle we have the Imperial officer, and on the right hand side we have the Imperial Navy officer. They all have a back print, but only Grand Moff Tarkin has 2 face prints. Palpatine comes with his 2 royal guards and his Force lightnings. Both royal guards have their sword with them. Both royal guards have a black hat, and Palpatine has 2 face prints. I'll show it with Palpatine, but none of them has a back print, which is also slightly disappointing. Next we have the 2 Death Star gunners. Both come with the helmet, but on the right hand side I removed it so you can see the face print. They both have a front and back print and also leg print. Then we have the 2 Death Star troopers, both coming with the same helmet, same facial expression, same body prints, all the same. They are basically twins. Then we have the 2 droids. On the left hand side we have R3-M3, and on the right hand side we have the Imperial droid RA7. RA7 has a front and back print and also leg prints. In the set we also have 2 stormtroopers. And last but not least, we also have a Darth Vader in this set, because what is a Death Star without a Darth Vader? If you ask me, I have no clue, so don't ask me, please. Anyways, here's the minifigure. He comes as usual with his red lightsaber. He has a front print and a leg print and his black cape, and he has 1 face print, and on the back we see the scars. If you made it until here, thank you very much for watching the whole review. If you like it, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much.